So, the year's wrapping up. We about to start a new decade. I've been exposing some things. This year is going to separate those of us that are going to fight and those of us that are going to lay down. We, as the population that will fight, need to be able to identify which of us will lay down. We have a problem, ladies. I've been seeing my brothers on Instagram holding their fellow brothers accountable, calling them to action, to fight for us, to stand up for us, to protect us. As the female, we're going to have a discussion, ladies. Where was the toxic masculinity?
My position is that the black woman's disrespect and rebellion against the leadership and the authority of the black man is a direct cause of the breakdown in our black family structure. Now, of course, there are many black people who consider those fighting words because as black women, we have never been subject to the kind of examination that our men have been subject to since we have been here. We have been somewhat protected and shielded from any kind of critiquing about our personal behavior, whereas our men have always been up for examination. The book is not an attack on black women. I have never said that all black women do everything that I list in my book. None of us have lived long enough to do everything that I list in the book, but most of us do some of the things that I've listed in my book. And
oh yeah, I'm going there. It's time. We don't have no more time. Time is running out. We gotta fix this. We gotta stop this nonsense. Running around here talking about we.
This is some of everything that we have done, or that we do daily, that contributes to the breakup of our relationship, the destruction of our man, and the failure of our children to be able to function. They did not tell us that all of that, being my own person and I'm independent, would lead to separation, loneliness, celibacy, and lesbianism. They didn't tell us that if you give up the man, you're going to take one of these things and it's worse and it will destroy your nation. They didn't give us that information. They made us think that it was some kind of glorified position to brag about the fact that I got my own job, my own credit card, my own car, so I don't need no man. I don't even know how we got that mixed up. Ain't none of that got nothing to do with being with no man. Children, they need fathers. They need protection. We hear about the drug problem that we have in our projects across the country. It's one of the major places that we have a drug problem. You know, we talk about the great strength that we have as black women. Well, the welfare department don't rent government apartments to single black men. Those apartments belong to black women who are allowing this to go on in their home. We have not looked at what part of the responsibility do we share. Yes, black men sell a lot of drugs, and a lot of us black women get the money from them drugs and buy some of these fancy clothes we wear. Drive around in some of these fancy cars. He is not doing these things alone and without support from us, whether they are good or bad. See, we have a lot of power. We are very strong women. I'm saying that we're using our strength in the wrong direction. We're using it to tear our man down, tear our nation down, instead of building it up.
Respect everybody. You make your fucking people cry. You fucking take a call from your mama. You took a call from your mother. Why you take the call? Why you take a call? Why you stop my life? Why?
A car?
A car!
I bought you cars. Yeah. I paid you rent.
No, you ain't buy me a motherfucking car. Where's my motherfucking car you bought me? Where's
I gave you money. Are you
Girl,
serious?
you a weirdo. You a fucking weirdo.
Then she goes on to talk about the car that I got for her, which I'm still paying a note and whatnot. The car's still there. Like, nobody's taking the car from you at all, which like annoys me to like the fullest.
She has like 3 cars, 3 fast, expensive cars, $400,000 to $500,000, and yet my little $40,000 car, which is a Cartier bracelet, sits What kind of shit is that?
All my life. Y'all never took nothing from
It's
me.
still inside. It's still from my house.
Exactly, but I took the car,
Yeah,
right?
you stopped it. You
No, I
stopped
didn't.
it.
Having an education and a job does not necessarily mean you have a successful life. I keep telling black women that to raise a child, they say, well, I provided with food, clothing, and shelter. That's not raising a child, that's maintaining one. To raise a child, you need a parental coalition of a man and a woman. We have sons who, by not having a father in the home, they don't know how to respect women. They take on the black female emotionalism. They become bitchy, they're doubtful, they're indecisive, they can't make a decision. They don't know what to do about being a man, but we can't teach them that. We don't have that knowledge. We have daughters who grow up in a home where they don't see any affection, where there's no man there. They go out into the world and try to mate. They don't have no idea how to be no woman to no man, how to function in a house with a man, because they haven't seen it.
The Clark Atlanta student's murderer, Alexis Crawford. A detective testifying one of the suspects hid in Crawford's apartment for 4 days after she accused him of rape, then burst out of the bedroom and choked her.
That suspect, the boyfriend of Crawford's roommate, the roommate also charged in the murder. And from what we have seen in court so far, the boyfriend and the roommate may be trying to blame each other for what happened.
Yeah, really compelling day in court today. 11 Alive's Deborah Tuff explains what we've learned up to now, Deb.
You know, we knew from police reports before that after the alleged sex assault, Alexis Crawford was too scared to sleep in her own room. Today, the detective testified Alexis had no idea her roommate Jordan Jones sneaked her boyfriend, Barron Brantley, back into the apartment after the alleged sex assault and that he stayed hidden, sometimes in the apartment along with Crawford, while the roommate was in class. Crawford was first reported missing November 1st by her family. Police interviewed her roommate, Jordan Jones, who told police she'd gone to bed October 30th, and when she woke up, Crawford was gone. But Detective Michael Young testified today surveillance video from the apartment parking deck showed Jones was lying.
It shows at 3:11 a.m. on the 31st, Jordan Jones and Brantley going out to Jones' car, backing up. They're off camera for about 6 or 7 minutes. There's a door that leads to her apartment where she backed up to. Leave the apartment complex at 3:18.
Young says the video showed they came back about an hour later, and he testified Jones eventually admitted she and Crawford got into a physical fight. And that's when Brantley, who'd been hiding in the apartment, popped out of the bedroom and choked her. The detective says Brantley says Jones took it a step further.
Jordan Jones put a plastic bag over her head.
Jones allegedly told police after realizing Crawford was dead, they put her in a bin and dumped it in a park. The detective said Jones was the one who led police to the body.
Her hands were bound and a blue t-shirt was around her neck.
The detective said Jones's parents had given her the bin the body was dumped in.
And her parents were coming down to move her out, and she needed the reason why the bin was missing.
Now, Detective Young testified after they dumped the body, Barrett and Jones returned home, slept, and then went to a Halloween party that night.
Most of our children, just like us, get all the information we have about how you be with a mate off television. It's the only medium that shows us anybody being together. Those rules have not worked for us. Because we represent the missing link as black women. The black man has been dissected, examined, the white man, the white woman, and the black child. But it has been us as black women who have never been examined. We have been protected, we have been insulated, we have been kept from any kind of criticism about our personal behavior in the home and outside of the home, and we have been given the false compliment that we are the backbone of the black nation.
You got problems. You need to get straight. You need a therapist.
You know what
You need a therapist. Put that down. Don't blow that smoke in my face. Raise you?
Relax.
That nurture you?
Relax.
You did all this shit for you? And this how the fuck you do me? You took a car from me.
A car?
You did everything. Bitch, I lived all the way out in Berlin with no transportation, no nothing.
A car?
No nothing.
I'm
You
just-
heard it. You only did it to make shit look good for you.
Get out
That's
of my
what the fuck
face.
you did.
Get out
Bitch,
my
I would
face.
knock your whole motherfucking top
So knock it out.
Keep playing with me.
All right, bye.
You swing at
Go
me
ahead.
again, you
Get
do
out.
it again, bitch. I'm gonna fuck
Get out
you
my
up.
house.
Bye, bitch.
Bye.
I'm gone. Suck a dick, bitch. Get the fuck off.
No, you suck a dick.
Raunchy bitch. Raunchy bitch. Yeah, throw it, bitch. And I'm gonna fuck your head all the way up. You a raunchy, trifling ass whore. You fucking whore. I hate you. Boot your ass, bitch. The fuck?
There is no doubt in any community in this country that the men in those communities are the backbone of their nations. There's no doubt in the white community that the white man is the backbone of his nation. The European, the Buddhist, the Korean, the Japanese, the Hispanic, all of those men are the backbones of their community, and there's no doubt about it. It is only in the black community where those values have been transposed and where they put that burden on us and tell us that we are the backbone of the black community, which is a direct insult to the black man and implies that he don't have no backbone and that his women have to represent him. We think a good, successful relationship is one where everything goes our way. The first time it stops going our way, then we got a serious problem. We want our man to do everything we tell him to do, but we don't want to do anything he tells us to do. Yeah, it's hard language. That's more in a black home than just financial support. He provides direction, guidance, gratification, fulfillment, and discipline for our children. Those are the principles that are missing in our home today, which is why our children are savage in the streets. We see those children out there sometimes acting wild and uncivilized and disrespectful because they don't respect anyone, because we didn't teach them any respect. We didn't know how. And a lot of times we look at them and we say, yeah, they're out there doing this, and we act like that they dropped down out of the sky. But those are our children. We birthed them up out of our womb. They belong to us. And we are responsible for them. And for every child that's out there out of control, disrespectful, ignorant, and uneducated, they have a black mother somewhere who failed to do her job, and a black father who failed to do his.
But y'all can be mad or however that scene may go, but half of y'all need to whoop y'all motherfucking kids motherfucking ass. So be mad at me or however it is. He threatened that woman's motherfucking life, bro. He threatened that woman's life, and that's me raising a motherfucking black son. You got me fucked up. So anybody got anything to say about that, that's your motherfucking issues, bro. Because you can't tell me how to raise my child, and I can't tell you how to raise your child.
And that's certainly not saying that it is not important for us to have money for food, clothing, and shelter. And it's not saying that we as black women are not strong. I'm here today to represent some of that monumental strength we say we have. This does not mean that we are not strong. We don't have to put our man down in order to be strong. I'm just saying that we have used our strength in the wrong direction. We've been using it against our man instead of for him. If we use the kind of strength and influence that we have in this society to support the black man, won't anybody be able to come against him? But every man is judged by his woman, and if his woman say he ain't nothing, then the whole world believes he ain't nothing. The actual fact is, every man himself judge his own self by his woman. He can be out in the world being great, and the whole world can be kneeling to him, and if he come home and she say, you ain't nothing, you ain't been nothing, then that's who he believes. And yes, we have insulted our man in front of our children. It wasn't intentional. We just been frustrated. We couldn't make you brothers do what we want you to do. We didn't have anybody else to tell sometimes, so we would say it over the children. He ain't no good. He make me sick. He's stupid. If he loved you, he would be here with you. When every man in here know that his relationship with his children is predicated on his relationship with their mother, and if they are not getting along with us, they are not going to spend any time with the children. That's just how that is, y'all.
You understand now? Now, I was wrong for calling my son a nigga because that's not how I want to raise my son, first of all. You understand? That is the last thing I would like to ever do to my son. Y'all might, I can go to jail, that's cool. But down here, they believe in your child getting his ass whooped. You understand? They believe in that out here.
Let's take a look at what we as black women have produced while we were allegedly backboning the black nation. 1 in every 4 black males between the age of 20 and 29 is in prison, on parole, been arrested, or had some bump with the law. Over 50% of our prison population is black, male, growing, and female. We have more black men in prison than in college. 6 out of every 10 black men between the ages of 15 and 44 are unemployed, in jail, got some disease, homosexual, on drugs. 73% of all the black men in prison were raised by a single black woman in a home with no man. 80% of that 73% suffered child abuse in the home, victimized by the mother.
He came in my room. Here we go with this shit. Well, I mean, okay, you came in your room and then what? Then what?
He touched me.
Touch you how? How the fuck did he touch you now, She? Like, I'm really, for real, at this point, you really starting to get on my motherfucking nerves. Like, he is a good man. Here you go with this same bullshit. I thought we had this fucking conversation already. I don't even want to fucking do this shit no more. So what else, what did you want to tell me? Tell me. He touched you, what did you do? What did you do for him to touch you?
I didn't do anything. I was asleep. It was after y'all came back from the club.
You know what? Your dumb ass, every time I look up, you got, so last night when me and him came from the club, he came in your room last night, what did you do? What the fuck did you do?
I was asleep.
Okay, and then he did what? What the fuck did he do? What did he do, Chief?
He touched me.
Touched you where?
Touched me in the wrong places.
I'm sick of this bullshit. For real. This is a good motherfucking man. You running around all day with motherfucking booty shorts. What the fuck was you doing when he came over here and he came out the room?
Why are you mad at me? It's your boyfriend.
You're my motherfucking daughter. You trying to take my motherfucking man. That's a problem.
I'm not trying to take your
man. That's a problem. Why you wearing little ass shorts when he here?
You bought them.
Okay, I fucking bought them. For you. Yeah, but when my man come up in this motherfucker, you ain't supposed to have
so you gonna believe, you gonna have his side, not mine?
It ain't got shit to do with size. This is a good motherfucking man. He paid his bills.
I want to be here, so I'm finna just call the police.
Oh, bitch, call the police. You can get the fuck out of my motherfucking...
1/3 of our children drop out of school before they graduate. Over 60% of our households are headed by black women who are single, divorced, separated, or widowed. Yeah, we got a serious problem. He's the most durable. He's the most persistent. He's the most determined. The black man is not wrong because he does not do what white America wants him to do. And he's not wrong because he don't do what we want him to do. We don't know everything to do ourselves. We're learning a lot of what we think that we're supposed to do through recommendation and chance.
When you look at the comments, it's heartbreaking to see how many people say, my mom was like this, my mom was like this. Black women, we have to take a look within. We are not beyond correction. And not all mothers are like this, but some are.